Hey, it's Governor Shapiro. I'm here at Philly Cuts in Philly. And we are talking about how we are speeding up licenses, getting permits to small business owners like Darryl, and making sure we allow them to get to work more quickly because we know time is money. And by the way, we talked about a whole lot of other stuff here too as well.
One thing I gotta commend you on.
Just one?
Well, quite a few, but one in particular because it directly affected me. I had to get my barber manager's license renewed.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
I applied, and this is real talk.
Yeah.
I applied about 1:30, and by 6 o'clock, I got an email saying everything went through.
Yeah.
So you talk about 5 hours,
Yeah.
4.5 hours.
It used to take, the day I took office took 3 weeks to get that.
Oh, we know.
Now you're getting it within a few
no.
hours. And time is money. So
Time is money.
if you're missing 2.5 weeks of cutting hair,
That's correct.
That's a lot of heads.
That's right, yeah.
And that business license you got, the day I got sworn in, took 8 weeks to get that. Now it's 2 days.
Yeah.
And everybody needs business license. By the way, whether you're Comcast downtown or whether you're this barbershop. And so we just, look, I think people get frustrated by government when government doesn't work. They don't necessarily need you to move a mountain. They need you to fix their problems that are right before them. And that's something we take really seriously. I know it's nerdy, but I love this stuff.
No,
I think
it's not.
And I love the renewal.
No, when it comes to your dollars and cents, we as entrepreneurs and small business people, we don't have the slush.
Right.
And we get very, and I can speak for everyone, it leaves a very bad taste in your mouth when you get caught on a phone tree, when the system doesn't work, because this is how we make our money.
Right.
Every day we go out, we only get to eat what we kill.
Right.
If we don't work that day, we don't eat.
Right.
So it's very serious to small businesses. And with this new setup, you guys made it very seamless and made it easier. So
Good.
I appreciate that.
And did you see what we did, by the way, on natural hair braiding?
Yes, the crown
We used to have to do about 1 million hours of training to get certified. Now we did away with that certification requirement so you could just go to work.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do believe it should be oversight with that. I think that for sanitation purposes and infections, that's a concern.
Yep.
But I definitely believe that everybody deserves the right to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So having that act is important.
What else should I be thinking of? I mean, I usually come here to get my assignments, so.
For contracting, so when you have small businesses like mine, Darryl's and Miss Ann's, we're like, well, how can we be a part of this contract service? What is there that you can offer for us? So I'm pretty sure there are people that need to have services that the state will have to pay for. Is there a possibility we can figure out some way that we can be contracted by the state to service different people? I don't know.
1,000,000% yes.
Okay.
No,
absolutely. I'm just brainstorming.
So we've historically had two challenges, right? One is small businesses have no idea what the state needs. There's no idea. And so it's just like when you went online, it seems confusing, it's hard, and so you're like, I give up, right? And the second is the state had never been, not never, but the state hadn't been as purposeful and focused as we are on finding the small businesses to do work with us. So both of those are changing. Now, where we've made strides, but we're not perfect, is how do we find you? So we're relying on the African American Chamber of Commerce. We're relying a lot more on social media. We're relying on different community groups to say, hey, the Commonwealth is buying XYZ. If you supply that, apply here. And we've also made it easier to apply. We just made it simpler online. So not perfect. We got a lot more work to do, but we have seen during my time as governor about a 32% increase in the number of small, diverse businesses getting contracts.
Wonderful.
Which is really good. And I decided not to do a quota, but rather to say, no, we're going to do reports every 6 months to show that we're doing this, right? To hold us accountable. I think quotas are not usually that helpful, and frankly, they're almost never met. And I also think they send a bad message. Like, I want our small businesses competing and winning on the strength of what they provide. And I want the burden to be on us in the state to find you and to say, we need this, you provide this, come do business with us.
If I could take Darryl's hat off, I would have to take my hat off to you, because you are a man of your word. You are a man of action.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying it because you're in here, because you was at Hair for You and you was at Salon du Jour, but because I see what you do. You hit the ground running. When you first got in office, 95 had that historic fire.
Yeah.
It was amazing how quickly you rebuilt the whole, and you said, I'm going to get it done. And it was amazing. And I take his hat off to you for everything that you do. So you're a man of your word.
Thank you.
And I thank you for being that. It's important to us as small business owners to have a governor who's relatable, who can talk to us, who can come into our businesses and listen to us and hear us and act on what we do. So we appreciate that.
That means a lot. You know, that may be the highest compliment you could give me, because I know we're never going to agree on 100% of the issues, but the fact that you think we're working hard for you, keeping our word, that means the world. So thank you. I'm not leaving here.
There you go. Stay. You stay. You're welcome.